Top 3. Vitamins to stop cramps and restore leg muscle strength after 60. If you're over 60 and struggling with leg cramps, weak knees, or just feeling unsteady on your feet, please know you're not alone. I've talked to many older adults who've been told, "That's just aging. It's normal. Try to walk more. Maybe drink more water." So they push through the discomfort. They stretch, rest, and hope it gets better. Here's something important I want you to hear. Leg cramps and muscle weakness are not just part of getting old. In many cases, they're signs that your body is low on a few essential nutrients. Nutrients that help your muscles stay strong and your balance stay steady. The good news, you can start to feel stronger again, simply by giving your body what it's been missing. In this video, I'll walk you through the top 3 vitamins that can help reduce cramps, support leg strength, and keep you moving with more confidence naturally and safely. In this video, I want to share something that has helped hundreds of older people who thought their legs were just too weak, too tired, or too far gone. They weren't athletes. They didn't need special training or willpower. What made the difference was knowledge. They learned about 3 essential nutrients that quietly affect how your muscles move, how steady you feel when you stand, and even how confident you are when you take a simple walk across the room. Now, I won't tell you what those nutrients are just yet, because before we get to that, there's something even more important. You need to understand why your body started losing strength in the first place. Because once you know that, everything starts to make sense. And more importantly, you'll know how to give your body what it truly needs to stay strong and steady, no matter your age. I've spent over 4 decades working in geriatric care, helping older adults stay strong, mobile, and independent as they age. And over the years, I've seen something that troubles me. Good people being told that weakness, stiffness, and losing balance are just part of getting old. I've watched men and women who used to walk freely now struggle just to get out of bed without holding on to something. But I've also seen something else, something hopeful. I've seen those same people regain strength they thought was gone. I've seen unsteady legs grow more stable, shaky hands calm down, and faces light up again when they realized their bodies weren't broken. They were just missing the right support. That's exactly what we're talking about today. Not quick fixes, not miracle pills, but real. Food first. Science-backed ways to help your body heal and rebuild from the inside out. Because no matter what you've been told, your legs are not done yet. There's still strength in you. Let's help you bring it back. Number 1, vitamin B12, the nerve protector. If you're still with me, it probably means something I said earlier felt familiar. Maybe it's the way you reach for the table before standing up, or the little cramp in your calf that wakes you at 2 a.m., or that moment on the stairs when your leg hesitates before taking the next step. As someone who's worked with older adults for over 4 decades, I can tell you this. Your body still knows what to do, but sometimes the signals that help you move, walk, balance, even feel start to fade. And that brings us to the first key nutrient your body may be missing, vitamin B12. I like to call it the nerve protector. B12 helps maintain a special coating around your nerves, kind of like the rubber insulation around electrical wires. That coating keeps your nerve signals fast and clean. But when B12 runs low, that insulation begins to thin. And the signals, they get messy, delayed, confused. That's when people start noticing strange symptoms, a tingling in the feet, a sense of numbness in the toes, or feeling like your legs just aren't reacting fast enough. I once worked with a patient, a retired school teacher, who came to me after falling twice in 1 month. She wasn't clumsy, she wasn't sick, but her balance was off, and she didn't know why. Blood work revealed a B12 deficiency. After 3 weeks of adding B12-rich foods, she told me, "I feel like my feet are finally under me again." What's tricky about B12 deficiency is how easily it slips under the radar. Most routine blood tests won't catch it unless your doctor is specifically looking for it. And even if you're eating well, aging naturally reduces stomach acid, which is needed to absorb B12 from food. Many people over 60, and especially those taking heartburn medications, aren't absorbing enough. even if they think they're doing everything right. That's why symptoms often appear without warning. Wobbly balance, muscle twitching, numbness, that odd pins and needles feeling. But here's the encouraging part. Restoring B12 is simple and fast. Foods like eggs, plain yogurt, salmon, and chicken liver are rich in B12. Even something as easy as a soft-boiled egg with sautéed spinach for breakfast can help your nervous system start to recover. Some of my patients begin feeling steadier within 2 or 3 weeks, not from medicine, but from meals. That's not magic. That's physiology. When you give your nerves what they've been quietly asking for, they often surprise you. So before you assume your legs are just getting old, take a closer look at what they're missing. Sometimes it's not weakness. It's just a lack of the right support. Number 2, vitamin D, the muscle switch. Next, let's talk about a nutrient that most people associate with bones. But few realize just how important it is for your muscles' vitamin D, what I like to call the muscle switch. That's because vitamin D does more than just help your body absorb calcium. It plays a key role in how your muscles contract, how your body produces energy, and how your brain communicates with your limbs to stay balanced and coordinated. When your vitamin D levels drop, even simple tasks start to feel harder. Your legs may feel heavier than usual, like you're moving through water. You might feel fine in the morning, but unusually weak or sluggish by the afternoon. I remember a gentleman named Frank Delaney, 78, from Tucson, Arizona. He told me, "Doc, I'm not tired, I'm just slower. My legs feel like I'm carrying bricks." Frank wasn't on any new medications. He was eating well, but he gradually started avoiding the outdoors because of skin cancer concerns. When we tested his vitamin D, it was far below optimal, yet no one had ever checked it before. You see, as we age, our skin becomes less efficient at converting sunlight into vitamin D. That's a natural part of aging. And when you combine it with the fact that many older adults spend more time indoors or are told to avoid the sun entirely, it's no surprise that vitamin D deficiency is so widespread. The troubling part is that most people don't feel a sharp symptom at first. It creeps in slowly, a little extra fatigue, some mild muscle weakness, a harder time getting out of a chair or into the tub. It doesn't scream for attention, but over time, it chips away at your strength and confidence. So what can you do? Start small. Step outside in the morning, before 9 a.m. if you can, and let the gentle sunlight touch your skin for 10 to 15 minutes. No need to sunbathe or take risks, just light exposure on your arms or face is often enough to stimulate vitamin D production. And if sunlight isn't easy to come by where you live, certain foods can help too. Salmon, sardines, fortified milk, and egg yolks are all excellent sources. Even a small serving each day can start to rebuild your levels naturally. Frank began taking morning walks around his block, just 10 minutes a day. After about a month, he told me, "It's like someone flipped a switch in my legs." That's not a miracle. That's vitamin D doing what it's meant to do, helping your muscles fire when they're supposed to, so you can keep moving with strength and confidence. Number 3, magnesium, the quiet conductor. And now, we come to the final piece of the puzzle. It may not make headlines, but it plays a vital role in how your muscles behave. Magnesium. Unlike vitamins that grab the spotlight, magnesium works behind the scenes, quietly directing how your muscles and nerves communicate. That's why I call it the quiet conductor. It helps your muscles contract when needed, relax when it's time, and keeps the entire system running in smooth rhythm. When magnesium is low, that rhythm gets disrupted. You may feel twitches in your legs while resting, or experience cramps that pull you out of sleep. Sometimes it's a deep ache in your calves or thighs that no amount of stretching seems to fix. And it's not because you're doing something wrong. It's simply that your body doesn't have enough of this mineral to keep the signals flowing smoothly. I'll never forget Betty Morales, age 74, from Eugene, Oregon. She was active, loved tending her garden, and still walked to the corner store every morning. But at night, her legs would betray her. Sharp cramps, mostly in her lower calves, would jolt her awake, leaving her exhausted and frustrated the next day. When we reviewed her diet, I noticed it was fairly balanced, except for one thing: very little magnesium. No greens, no seeds, no nuts. All the usual magnesium-rich foods were missing. Betty wasn't interested in taking more pills, and she didn't need to. We made a few simple changes: a handful of pumpkin seeds as a snack, a serving of steamed spinach with dinner, and half a banana before bed. 3 weeks later, she called me and said, "Doctor, I slept through the night 3 days in a row, no cramps. I can't believe it was that simple." And the truth is, it often is. You see, as we age, our bodies tend to lose magnesium more easily through the kidneys, through medications like diuretics or acid blockers, or simply from eating less. Yet magnesium is essential for calming overactive nerves and easing tense muscles. It's not just about comfort, it's about restoring trust in your own body again. Foods like avocados, black beans, chia seeds, and even a small square of dark chocolate can provide a meaningful boost. And while supplements are sometimes helpful, food-based sources are gentler and easier to absorb for most older adults. The fix doesn't have to be dramatic. Sometimes, it's just a seed, a leaf, and a little consistency. Now that you've learned about the 3 key nutrients that quietly influence your strength: vitamin B12, vitamin D, and magnesium, you may be asking yourself, so what do I do next? That's an excellent question, and the answer is simpler than you might think. You don't need a drastic diet overhaul, and you don't need to memorize charts or count milligrams. What you need is a gentle, consistent rhythm of daily habits, ones that nourish your body and support your legs without adding stress to your life. Let's begin at the start of the day. When you first wake up, before reaching for your phone or heading into the kitchen, take just a few minutes to check in with your body. Gently rotate your ankles, flex your toes, roll your shoulders. These subtle movements help wake up your nervous system and get blood flowing into the muscles that have been still overnight. If your mobility allows, standing slowly and doing a few stretches beside the bed, like reaching overhead or lightly marching in place, can prepare your legs for the day ahead. None of this should feel like exercise. Think of it more like reconnecting. If the sun is out and the weather is kind, stepping outside for 10 or 15 minutes can make a meaningful difference. Early morning light is soft and safe for most people, and this short exposure can help your skin begin producing vitamin D naturally. Sit by a window if going outside isn't easy. The goal isn't perfection, it's presence. That quiet moment in the sun does more than support your vitamin D levels. It tells your body, the day has begun. Now let's talk about breakfast. The first meal of your day is an opportunity to gently begin rebuilding what your body may have been missing. A simple plate, perhaps 1 boiled egg, a slice of whole grain toast, some cooked spinach, or a spoonful of yogurt can support your levels of B12 and magnesium, while also giving you steady, usable energy. Add a glass of milk or a cup of fortified cereal, and you've already covered more nutritional ground than you might realize. These are not expensive ingredients. They're not exotic. But when combined with consistency, they become powerful tools of support. As the day continues, find ways to keep moving, even lightly. The body does not require heavy lifting to grow stronger. It needs reminders. Walking from one room to another, standing while folding laundry, taking a few extra steps to get the mail. These are all signals to your muscles that they still matter. And when paired with nutrient-dense meals, those movements help restore not only strength, but trust in your own body again. At lunch or dinner, think in terms of color and variety. A small serving of baked salmon or roasted chicken, alongside steamed greens or a spoonful of beans, brings in a mix of B12 magnesium and healthy protein. If your appetite is smaller in the evening, even a small cup of soup made with lentils or dark leafy vegetables can be nourishing. Many older adults worry they're not eating enough, but it's often not about quantity, it's about quality. A banana in the afternoon, a few almonds as a snack, or even a piece of dark chocolate after dinner can each contribute to better nerve and muscle function. Before bed, I often recommend a short routine, not a workout, but a moment of care. Sitting comfortably, Stretch your legs gently, flexing your feet and pointing your toes. If cramps have been an issue, try soaking your feet in warm water with a handful of Epsom salts once or twice a week. Not only does this help deliver magnesium through the skin, but it also relaxes your entire body and prepares you for better sleep. It's a small act that tells your legs, you're supported. And finally, one of the most overlooked habits of all, reflection. Keep a small notebook or even a scrap of paper by your bed. Each night, write down one small thing you did that day to support your strength. Maybe you stood up without using your hands. Maybe you took a walk to the mailbox. Maybe you chose spinach instead of bread. Whatever it was, acknowledge it. Those small wins remind your brain and your heart that progress is happening. Not overnight, not perfectly, but steadily. You don't need to do everything at once. You don't need to do it all right. You just need to start. And once you do, your body will meet you halfway. We often think of strength as something we either have or don't. Something tied to youth, to muscle, to moving fast. But after working with older adults for decades, I've come to understand something deeper. Strength after 60 is not about lifting heavy things or walking long distances. It's about the quiet confidence that your body can still support you. It's the ability to step out of bed without fear, to reach the top cabinet without wobbling, to walk across a parking lot without scanning the ground for every crack. It's about feeling safe in your own skin again. And here's the truth: that kind of strength doesn't come from supplements alone. It comes from understanding your body, working with it, not against it, and making small, steady choices that support how it functions best. I've met people in their 70s and 80s who believed their best years were behind them until they started sleeping through the night again without cramps, or found themselves walking longer without sitting down. These moments might seem small, but for someone who thought decline was inevitable, they are huge. They are victories. And you deserve victories too. It's never too late to make improvements. The body never fully gives up. It simply adapts to what we ask of it. If we ask for movement, it responds with circulation. If we offer nutrients, it begins repair. If we give it rest and respect, it often gives back more than we expected. So if you've felt discouraged, if you've blamed yourself for slowing down or losing balance, I want you to hear this clearly. You're not broken. You're not lazy. You're not just old. More likely, you're undersupported. And that can be changed starting today. Even if it's one better meal, one walk, one glass of water, one deep breath, it all counts. It all adds up. And that's what real strength is. Not perfection, not youth, not speed, but the quiet power of showing up for yourself one small decision at a time. One of the most common things I hear from older adults is, "I wish I had taken better care of myself earlier." There's often a quiet sense of regret beneath that sentence, like they've missed their chance, or the window has closed. But here's what I've learned after decades in medicine. Your body is always paying attention. And the moment you start paying attention too, things begin to shift. You don't need to be perfect. You don't need to follow a strict diet or count every nutrient. You simply need to listen. Listen when your legs feel stiff, when your energy dips, when a cramp pulls you from sleep. These aren't signs of failure. They're messages, gentle reminders from your body saying, "I need something." And when you respond with care, even in small ways, your body listens back. Maybe that means choosing a warm meal instead of something processed. Maybe it means standing up and walking around the room once every hour. Maybe it means saying no to one more pill and yes to more sunlight and better sleep. Awareness is powerful. It allows you to move from reacting to anticipating. And when you begin to understand what your body truly needs, nutrients like vitamin B12 to strengthen your nerves, vitamin D to activate your muscles, and magnesium to keep everything in sync, you stop seeing health as luck and start seeing it as something you can build, day by day. You're not too late. You're not too slow. And your body, even now, is still capable of growth. It doesn't require perfection. It just needs attention, patience, and consistency. And every time you respond with care, you're not just improving your legs or your balance, you're rebuilding trust. Trust between you and your body. And that trust, That's the foundation of lasting strength at any age. If you've stayed with me this far, I want to thank you not just for watching, but for caring enough about your health to keep learning. That alone is an act of strength. What you've heard today isn't about quick fixes or miracle cures. It's about understanding the quiet needs of your body and learning how to respond with care, with food, with gentle daily habits. Whether it's adding one B12-rich meal, stepping into the morning light, or taking a moment each night to stretch your legs, every small choice you make is a message to your body that you're still here, that you still want to move, to live fully, to stand strong in the life you've built. And I'm here to tell you, your body hears that message. Even now, even at 60, 70, 80, and beyond. So take what you've learned today and carry it with you. Start where you are. Use what you have. And remember, progress is never too late. If this video helped you or made you feel seen, I hope you'll join me again. We'll keep talking about simple, science-backed ways to support your body as you age without fear, without pressure, and always with respect. Until then, take care of yourself. Your legs are not finished. Your strength is still within reach, and your best days can still be ahead.